guys, welcome to Office Blokes Reacts. I am Dave, casually explained.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Simple. Office Bloke Daz.
I thought you were just going to leave it as simple then. That would be great. I'm Simple. We are the Office Blokes. Office Bloke Mike is going to tell you about our Patreon page.
Go and have a look at patreon.com, put in Office Blokes React, and if you fancy supporting the channel like loads of people have done already, that'd be amazing. So go down there and check it out.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Good stuff.
Hugely.
Fantastic. Go. And Office Bloke Daz on Instagram is going to tell you about our two other channels.
Cheers, Office Bloke Dave on Instagram.
All right, no worries.
We've got Office Blokes Try, where we try different things, and we did a nice Cinco de Mayo one. Let us know what you think of that. And we've got the Death Nut Challenge coming soon on there. And we do, Office Bloke Podcast, where we do a few podcasts every week, including one which is on the English Premier League football.
Yeah, good stuff. And that's gaining a bit of traction, actually. People are enjoying it.
Well. Good.
And head over to Facebook and search for The Office Blokes. Give us a like. Go on, you know you want to. Right then, casually explained, America. We've not tried this channel before,
No,
have we?
just come across it.
Not at all.
It's a new one. I wonder if it's going to be oversimplified or...
I guess it might be that type of thing.
It's going to be
Complete
completely
guess,
different.
but, yeah.
Should we get into it and see how it goes then? So,
Come on.
casually explained, America.
Sponsored by ExpressVPN. Now, America is known as the land of the free and home of the brave, and while land remains very expensive and most millennials and Gen Z are too anxious to answer phone calls, it's still nevertheless a pretty good slogan. One thing that's rarely considered by Americans, however, is that there are other countries in the world besides America. For example, the other day I saw a nice picture on Reddit where someone was like, "Everyone loved my homegrown tomato salad at our wedding reception," and one comment was like, "You shouldn't be having a wedding reception with dozens of people right now. That is completely irresponsible." And they had a bunch of upvotes. Then a couple hours later, the person responded saying, "I live in New Zealand, but I thought you might have liked to see my tomatoes. I'm sorry." And in a time like this, that really made me think, damn, I wish I was married. And while we're all still envious of New Zealand right now, a lot of people particularly criticize America's response to COVID-19 because 500,000 people have died from a half-assed pandemic response. But in my opinion, the number would be much higher than 550,000 if they had not locked down at all. And frankly, given the size of the country, it's remarkable that only 583,000 people have died so far. Now, while many consider America to be the greatest country on Earth, this is mostly only true in terms of nuclear submarines. Nevertheless, America is known for its political democracy. Political democracy, of course, being the belief that if Cyberpunk barely functions on PlayStation, surely it would have worked great on Xbox. It's for this reason one of the most exciting things to absolutely not be a part of is the American political climate. For example, sometimes I go on Twitter to make sure no one has escaped into the real world, and it's always an eye-opening experience because there are really only two types of people on Twitter. On one side, there are the ones that think Trump is the Lord and Savior of God's flat earth, and on the other side are the people who think that denouncing a bottle of syrup relinquishes them from their original white sin. Some academics have suggested this kind of division could lead to a civil war, but in my opinion, as someone who grew up with Xbox Live and a microphone, it's sounding a lot more like a Halo 3 lobby than Fort Sumter 1861. For starters, if there is some type of conflict, it's already a no-brainer who would win. One side collects military-grade firearms as a hobby, and the other side thinks mental illnesses are Poke badges. Second of all, if you get a kid from California to march...
I like this guy.
He's great, isn't he?
Yeah.
So some of these people, like the channels we're coming across, they're just geniuses, aren't they? So dry.
He's hitting the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Deep South, when he sees 3 bedrooms and a yard for $100K, you can be pretty sure he'll be welding trailers, driving a lifted F-150, and banging Joe Exotic real quick. It seems to me if you chop off the two political extremes, basically everyone just wants a good life. But the lives of city-dwelling and rural Americans are so different, of course they're never going to understand each other's perspectives. It's the same story back during the actual Civil War. Even though they were fighting, both the North and the South were ultimately saying the same thing. Black people should be free. Now, one of the craziest things about America is that your drinking age is 21, as opposed to Canada where it's 18 or 19, or Europe when it's whenever you have the balls, or Latin America where laws are just things the police make up when they see a tourist. Now, a lot of people think it's ridiculous that you have to be 21 to buy alcohol, but personally, I think it makes a lot of sense. If my neighbor was some 18-year-old kid, and I saw him in the yard dual-wielding akimbo P90s and obliterating a paper cutout of his ex-girlfriend taped to a sandbag, I'd think to myself, well, good thing he isn't drunk. So
I'm going to completely push back on that.
Oh, yeah.
I think you need to learn how to drink to know how to handle it. And if you let a load of 21-year-olds loose that haven't learned how to drink, and suddenly they can go into bars and stuff. They're just a mess. They embarrass themselves.
It's like,
More.
like when you take Mike out and they run out of Carlin and he has to drink Stella.
Ooh.
That's no good, that.
Mike.
I think you should learn how to drink. People start drinking in this country when they're about 12. 12, 13, realistically.
late that.
Yeah.
Canadian, in my opinion, one of the best things about America is that most people are unusually friendly. Like here in Canada, we mind our own business at all times, unless we minorly inconvenience someone, in which case we apologize profusely for ruining their lives. But in the States, if you stand next to someone for literally any reason, that is permission for them to tell you all about their uninteresting life. So one of my most American experiences was when I went to Disney World, and I was waiting in a fairly long line for a churro, and there must have been at least 3 or 4 mobility scooters in front of me with some rather hefty individuals riding them around. And while that makes sense because it's Florida, the part that got me was when another 300-pound dude in a scooter just cut in front of me and was like, "A lot of traffic today." And I was just thinking, traffic? Sir, this is a churro line. And then as I was still processing what was happening, a lady about the same size wheels up behind him with a cone full of churros sticking out of her purse. She lightly rear ends his scooter like a bumper car, and he's like, "Oh, hey honey," as he takes a churro and says to me, "Well, you have a good night," tips his Miami Dolphins hat, and rolls away hand in hand with his wife to watch the fireworks over the Disney castle and truly live the American dream. So anyway, that's my argument.
That's definitely giving up, isn't it? When you're that big that you get a scooter rather than walk anywhere. Because that's zero exercise now. You're literally sitting down all day.
It's made it too easy for people, hasn't it?
Yeah. If someone's disabled or injured,
there'd be some obviously legitimate reasons, won't there? But like I say, I think maybe some people, like say, just give up and just can't be arsed.
My dad can't walk. My dad can't walk further than probably about 100 metres without having problems. And lucky for him, the pub's about 90 metres away.
I was going to say.
But he seems to be able to make it to the pub and back okay. But if you ask him to walk further, then he has a problem. But he can't. He has problems with his legs. So he got a mobility scooter. And it's a fucking new lease of life now. He's everywhere.
Oh, is he?
He's everywhere.
Can't stop him.
Can't stop him, yeah.
Yeah, in that case, it's great. Things like that are absolutely fantastic, aren't they?
That's enhanced his quality of life.
Yeah.
Whereas for people like that, it's made their quality of life worse.
My dad's not like that. He's skinny as anything, my dad. He's thinner than you.
And he'd rather get up and about and get... But he physically just can't because of medical condition. So, fair play. Yeah, like I said, it gives people a new lease of life.
Wasn't that bothered me about that? What bothered me about that... One of my pet hates, it grinds on me, and I always have to say it is when someone jumps a line.
Oh yeah.
That's not. It's not happening in front of me.
That's
no way.
Unforgivable in this country.
It's not happening in front of me.
Yeah, I mean, we like queuing. We're good at queuing, but we queue in order.
Someone did it in the supermarket to me. And she didn't even acknowledge it. I'm like, I don't give a shit. You ain't getting in front of me, no matter what excuse you've got now. Straight to the back.
I wish we had a video of that one.
And then someone else by that time, someone else had got in behind me as well. I'm like, further back.
It's universal health care. Now, let's say you want to get out of America, but you can't because there's a wall. Instead, you can use ExpressVPN to reroute your connection to nearly any...
Oh, there we go. We were done. It was an ad. That, I don't think he explained all of the intricacies about America there. He touched on a couple of topics. Fat people in scooters, eating churros.
And southern people.
Yeah.
In a $100,000 home.
I know. It looked like a nice house as well.
It's such a vast country that the opinions are going to differ from it. Same as even the UK is not. It's a tiny country compared. But the differences of opinion that sort of like stretch from one street to the next, and it's the same over there.
Of course it is.
We're only 30 miles away from Scousers, don't forget, in this country. And then you think how vast America actually is, and how different we are from people 30 miles away.
Yeah.
Barney.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You can even go less than that and go somewhere like, I don't know, Chester, Northwich, places like that. Very different from where I live.
Yeah.
People are friendly in Northwich, aren't they?
Of course they are, yes. So I've heard.
I've never been. I have.
Got a mate that runs a pub in Northwich.
I have indeed. Adam?
Yeah, nice one. Whitten Chimes?
Whitten Chimes, yeah. If you're down in Northwich, if you're visiting, make sure you go in the Whitten Chimes. You get discount on the Stella. You don't get discount. It's actually just so cheap that you think you're getting discount.
Yeah.
Innit?
Yeah, decent price.
I like that guy though.
So is it the same one as Oversimplified then?
No.
Same guy? No, different one.
He's Canadian, that guy.
Right, okay.
Yeah, he's just got a dry wit though. I like
yeah, he's got a good bit of humour there, isn't there? Definitely.
It's great with the dry wit. Anyway, hope you guys like that too. Don't forget like and subscribe across all 3 channels, please, and even on Facebook, the Facebook. And don't forget, Office Bloke Daz on Instagram.
Office Bloke Dave on Instagram. Not on Instagram.
We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.